Claudette Ortiz, and I was the female voice from the group known as City High. Our 2 hit records were What Would You Do and Caramel.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Brittany, and today we have R&B Divas LA starlet, Miss Claudette Ortiz. How are you?
Oh, hey, hey.
Hey. You are, been on R&B Divas LA.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of drama, and thankfully you have not been in most of it.
Right. I have my own drama going on.
Right. So tell me about the season and kind of why you chose, to go to reality TV and kind of share your life.
Okay, well, I never was interested in being a part of reality TV originally. But I guess this was the right one. And I was kind of at a crossroads in my life, and when the opportunity presented itself to me, I'd had to sit and say, okay, because I was about ready to leave entertainment because I was getting older, my children were getting older, and I really didn't want to be in a place where when they're ready to go to college, because of my lack of planning, they couldn't choose whatever college they want to go to or whatever they need. I didn't have. So I was trying to plan in other ways because of the wishy-washiness of the entertainment business. So I was at a crossroads, and I just happened to get a text message, which is random, from one of the executive producers of the show, Bill Thornton, and I was just like, well, maybe I should look into it, right. And I prayed about it, consulted my friends, family, close friends, family, and then I received a call from them, and they did ask me to join the cast, and everything worked out, and it ended up being a great turning point in my life, and a positive turning point, and it's also opened a lot of opportunities as well, a lot of doors for different opportunities to be able to explore.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you were kind of like at a crossroads before the show had come to your door. I read somewhere that you were considering going into the military.
Yes, I was, because over the years, I had been starting my own businesses and things like that, because I started in the music industry at a very young age. I was 14, 16 going into, between those years, was when I really started getting into it. So I don't have any kind of corporate resume or anything like that. So it's hard to get a good job if your resume is all entertainment.
Right.
And to get a job in entertainment is not consistent when you are an artist, unless, it's like you really have to hustle, and it's hard to do that when you're a single mother of 3 children and you have to take care of children as well as get on your hustle, as well as have some income to provide. So it wasn't balancing itself out, and so I was decided to go see a recruiter, and I did, and I even scheduled for testing and all of that. But the show ended up around the same time I would have to leave would be when I would have to go finish everything and take my oath. So I had to make a decision, and that's what the crossroads was.
I was 16 years old when I became a member of City High. Our single came out when I was 18. One of the most rewarding times of being an artist was being nominated for a Grammy. That was rewarding. It's really cool. And being able to work with some amazing artists like Eve, Prince, Wyclef Jean was a mentor.
Kind of tell me about like your transition kind of into adulthood, because you started off in the entertainment industry at a young age. And I feel like, a lot of artists, that kind of being famous when you're young and a teenager, and that transition into adulthood, sometimes it's hard for younger artists to kind of deal with that and like find themselves.
I don't know. It is very different being in the public eye, because as a child or as a teenager or a young adult, you're gonna make crazy decisions. You're gonna go through awkward stages or whatever else. And for an average person, you get to do that, and you know, you have your friends and family that watch you go through that, and you have your personal life, and that's it. And you have the things that you go through. But being in the public eye, you're young and you have everyone's opinion and everyone's scrutiny and everyone's judgments about decisions you make or mistakes that you make or anything for that matter. And for a young person who is impressionable or who can be, you know, your feelings can be hurt about what people may say or think and things like that as a child. So I think that's what can cause the mentalness a little bit with people who go through that. It takes a tough skin to be able to get through that and still be normal. Right. Because it's not a normal situation. Yeah. Normal would not be celebrity. No. So how do you be normal when you're not raised normal? And I think like a lot of people see that because like on R&B Divas, you know, there's all those rumors with City High and like the whole like misconception of that you were like involved in this love triangle with these two guys, you know. Right. And I felt like R&B Divas kind of gave you the platform also to kind of like explain yourself and tell the side of the story that it's like, no, like what you guys read in the news is not the truth. I understand that although it's something that I lived and it's been years and I'm over it and it's old, it's not old to everybody else. Right. Because I didn't bring anything. I never talked about anything. Nobody knew. The only reason that I started talking about it is because of the little show that Robbie, the intervention on A. Yeah. And then people started asking me questions and I was, you know, there were lies out there. So I had to say something.
Robbie was my little teenager boyfriend. And he had issues and problems with alcohol abuse.
We saw him on A&E's intervention. He did intervention.
But that was not the cause of me and my marriage to my ex-husband.
When was the last time then that you spoke to Robbie then? Has it been?
I didn't speak to him much at all, but when the intervention came out, I asked one of our mutual friends for his number because I didn't know if they edited anything to make it seem like he said anything, but there's only but so much people can edit stuff. They can't force words to come out of your mouth. So I did give him a call and I asked him why did he lie? Like, you know, he knew that I wasn't the cause of his issues, his struggles that he had with alcohol and drug abuse, and that was how he made it seem. And he was like, oh, well, it was just editing, it wasn't like that, and blah, blah. And I said, all right, well, you know, he was doing some interview the next day on the radio. He said, I'm gonna fix it, and blah, blah. I said, okay, well, you go ahead and do that. And I was telling him, like, listen, if I ever hurt you, I apologize. Even though he never apologized for the abuse that he put me through. I still apologize to him if he felt it. I said, I apologize, but I need you to move on and so that I can move on my life. Like, I was going through a divorce at the time. That was the last thing I was thinking about. You know, I was like losing my house and a lot of shit was going on. Yeah, and I was just like, what? Really? Like this? No. And here people were saying some terrible things about me and really didn't know anything about what I went through or what happened during that time. So then, you know, he went on the radio station the next day and completely did the total opposite of what he said. But this is who this person was all my life, so I was not surprised, you know. But I you know, this was years ago, like I said, and I don't have any anger issues towards him or anything. I've forgiven him and whatever, you know, those things in the past. And from what I understand, he's overcoming his struggles and he has a family and he's been trying to live a good life. So, you know, those things in the past, but because people want to know and they ask questions, it still brings things up and they think there's, you know, well, why is she still talking about it? I'm not talking about it. People are asking me, you know, so.
My name is Kelly Price. My name is Shantae Moore.
My name is Dawn Robinson.
My name is Little Mo. L-I-L''Mo.
Hi, I'm
Like, who's the biggest diva out of everybody that was on the cast?
Like diva in a positive way, or
We can do positive and negative. Like stereotypical diva is what people perceive, and then like diva like on the low.
I think every lady on there is their own kind of diva, and that's why they were chosen for R&B Divas. None of us are self-proclaimed divas. You know, we were just chosen for a show called R&B Divas. But the ladies have their own little diva going on. You know, Shantae, she's just this bubbly personality, but she's still very deep and wise. You know, she has been through a lot, and she has a lot to say. And, you know, so she's a diva in that way, where you want to watch her. She's a star. I feel like Mo is a diva in the way where she just got it. She's a personality. She's an actress. She's a singer. She makes you laugh. She's entertainment. Right. In Mo. You know, that's entertainment right there. He's this box that says little Mo on it. Entertainment. Open. I'm entertained. Right. That's Mo. So, you know, all the ladies are a diva in their own way. And then Michelle, she is she's like depth with her own comic relief. So you know how you have a person who's deep, and then you have the comic relief over here, but she has her own comic relief. She'll tell you something deep that'll make you like, oh, and then she'll say something to make you laugh within the same sentence. So and then she gets on stage, you hear this small voice, and she's talking, and then she gets on stage, and then she just rips it. What's up, y'all? I'm Claudette Ortiz from R&B Divas LA. Check me out on Global Grind at My Claudette on Twitter and My Claudette on Instagram. You're watching Global Grind TV.